welcome to my channel. This is Life Abroad 24. In today's video, I'm going to share my views or my thoughts about the way forward, because I believe that the riots that is ongoing currently in the UK is a clarion call to authorities to develop measures or implement measures that can curb the issue of stabbing cases in the UK. So I'm reading this from the UK Parliament website, and this is the House of Commons Library, and it says here, in the year ending March 2023, there were around 50,500 offences involving a sharp instrument in England and Wales, and this excludes Devon and Cornwall. And it says here that it was 4.7% higher than in 2021 and 2022. Guys, this is very sad. And when you read further, it says here, sentencing statistics from the Ministry of Justice shows that in the year ending March 2023, there were just over 19,000 cautions and convictions made for possession of a knife or offensive weapon. And among these, 18% of the cases were offenders who were between the ages of 10 and 17. Guys, this is not good news. This is not something that authorities should just be, bringing out statistics without implementing stricter measures. I believe that, like I said, it's a clarion call to authorities to start something, to implement more stricter measures so that children out there would feel safe, mothers would feel more relaxed and comfortable to leave their children out there in the hands of, dance instructors in school and everywhere else that they take their children to. So in today's video, I am basically going to talk about what I think can be done going forward to reduce the issue of stabbing incidents and, a lot more crimes that goes on in the United Kingdom. If this is something that interesting to you, stay tuned. So if you have watched my previous video, you know that the boy whose actions has caused this stir and then riots in the United Kingdom possessed a kitchen knife, entered a dance class and committed this offense. So you know how much of damage just a kitchen knife can cause when it's in the wrong hands. So I know for sure that here in the UK, if you are not 18 years, you can't even buy a knife. So I remember in my first weeks in the UK, I went to the market, I went to the supermarket to buy a knife and other stuff. So I bought this knife and then I went over to pay. The shop attendant told me I can't possess it. I mean, I couldn't buy it unless I showed my passport to prove that indeed I was 18 or more. I had my passport on my phone, but they said they needed to see the hard copy. They needed to see the real passport. They wouldn't accept what I had on my phone. I tried as much as possible to convince them that, I'm old, but guys, they just didn't allow me to buy the knife because they said that I couldn't prove that I was over 18 years. And which is very understandable, okay? If you are a minor, they assume that you can't really tell how best to use a knife, so they wouldn't let just anyone buy a knife, and which is very, very good. Also, there are some supermarkets that when you are within the kitchenware aisle, you can't even see a knife. All you will see is a label of a knife, so you pick it up, then you go and get the knife from the shop attendant, and then you pay for it. You can't even see a knife over there for you to shoplift. Do you understand? So I think these are good measures they have in place to check the possession of all these things. But the question is, when these kitchen knives get in the houses or they get in the homes, who checks that the child has not picked the knife? So a lot more coaching is needed for these kids to be able to, stay away from these sharp instruments and all that, amongst others. So in today's video, like I said, I'm going to share with you what I think is a way forward, what I think authorities can do to help with the issue of stabbing incidents in the UK. So first of all, I think that there should be more awareness and education on the possession of sharp instruments and knives. Okay, so programs can be implemented in schools and communities to educate both adults and children about the dangers of violence and to promote conflict resolution. 2. Strengthening law enforcement. So this can be done by increasing police presence in high-risk areas and ensuring that effective response of violent incidents is made. 3. Community engagement. I believe that when dialogues are encouraged between communities, it would help foster understanding and reduce tensions. So people could be living in the same neighborhood or probably working together, but they don't see eye to eye. So as little as fostering a dialogue between these people will go a long way to promote peaceful coexistence. So if you're a manager and you get to know that your workers, some of your workers are not seeing eye to eye, you need to call them, you need to, give them time to talk with each other, know what the issue is, and probably address it if you can. And that can, go a long way to prevent some of these stabbing incidents. Okay. A typical example is with this black girl called Carrie Ann, who was in the British Army and had to leave because of racial attacks at her and all that. Her own colleagues, from her account, according to BBC report, her own colleagues even said to her face that they would lynch her when she reported, the racial comments they would make in front of her. They said in her face that they would lynch her. So as little as a dialogue, can foster peaceful coexistence amongst people, amongst colleagues. So that's very, very important. And very, very importantly, number 4 is to provide mental health and social support services to those at risk of committing violence and to victims. So a lot of people are walking about with mental health challenges. Even though there is, awareness about mental health and all that, but a lot of people don't know how to even seek help when they are mentally unstable. Now, on this note, I will commend the UK system on how they have made, it quite easier to access healthcare if you have a mental crisis or a mental problem. You could just easily call 111 at home. So at the comfort of your home, if you don't want to go anywhere, you feel so stressed, so mentally unstable, you don't want to go anywhere, just dial 111 for advice. Or better still, if you find it easy to book a GP appointment, it's quite easier. Just book a GP appointment and go and see a GP. But just so it is a lot easier for you, just ring 111 for advice. I think it's a lot easier to access any form of healthcare in the UK. So if you have any mental health problem, please don't displace it on anyone. Don't displace your stress on anyone. Call 111 immediately. My final point is that any facility or any place that accommodates children, when anyone is entering such a place, that person needs to be searched. Now, how do we implement that? By setting up entry points with metal detectors or bag checks in buildings that accommodate these children. By employing and training security staff to conduct thorough but respectful searches. Also, by working with local police to develop and maintain security protocols. Also, by incorporating surveillance cameras and alarm systems to monitor for unusual activity. And the last point is also by engaging with parents, teachers, and community members to ensure that the measures are effective and maintain a positive environment for children. So like I said earlier, if you are in the UK and you're a minor, you can't even go and buy a knife or anything that is considered a weapon. So my question here is, if an adult buys it or if a parent goes to buy these things, how do they ensure that they are kept out of the reach of these minors at home? Because if they are kept in a way or at a place where a minor can easily pick it, then they can easily possess it, take it out there, and then do whatever they want. So this is where the parents engagement comes in, where teachers engagement come in, and all that. So it's very, very important that some of these things are enabled, and it will go a long way to curb some of these stubborn incidents that go on, especially in relation to minor, you know, when minors get involved as offenders. So I mean, it's something that's worthy of looking into. Generally, every parent would feel safe when they leave their child in a place that feels safe. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share for others to also benefit. And see you in my next video. Bye.